Hi, if you're new here, my name is Monica and I love to crochet and make tutorials about it. So subscribe if you want to see more of my creations. So let's get started. So I use this bamboo yarn, which is gonna be a soft project, a 3.5mm crochet hook, and a lot of stitch markers. Now let's start. For the base, you're gonna have to chain 70. So it's gonna be this wide and stretchy, and try to wrap it around your bust. Make sure your everything will be covered. So it will be this long. For this project, we'll be using a half double crochet. So that's yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through everything. So that's half double crochet. Now you're gonna repeat this process until the end of the row. When you've reached the end, turn your work. The working yarn should be in the back. Now make half double crochet into the first chain. And then you're gonna repeat making half double crochet until the end of the chain. So when you've reached the end, turn your work and make one half double crochet into the first chain. And make one half double crochet on the rest of the chain. Now that you know how to make every rows, you need to make 25 rows. By the way, my size is small, so you should increase your rows by 2 if you have a bigger size, and reduce 3 if your size is smaller than mine, so you are extra small for that. Hey, by the way, if you're enjoying this tutorial, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And of course, let me know in the comments what projects you'd like to see next. After a few episodes of Netflix or 25 rows later, here is the crocheted piece. So this is the upper part of the coquette top. To give you a glimpse of what it's gonna be like, this part will be right here. I'm just basing on the sketch that I made earlier. Now, let's continue crocheting. Next, we're going to make its back part. You're gonna have to crochet 70. Connect this by slip stitching into the other side. Now we're going to make one half double crochet along these rows, also including these additional 70 chains. So you're gonna have to first chain 1 and continue making one half double crochet on the rest of the chain, not only on this part but also on the other chain. So this will take a lot of time and effort and also patience, but trust me, it's gonna be worthwhile. I'm so close of throwing this thing, but you know what they said, when the process is bitter, the fruit will be the sweetest. Now that we're done, that was a lot of effort. So this chain will be the base for its back. And we're gonna call it the foundation chain. So don't forget this. This will be the foundation chain of our back piece. Now we're going to increase its length. I chain 22 from the hook. skip one and make one half double crochet on the next and on the rest of the chain. Now, if you're done on the chain, you can see the chain on its perpendicular, the one on the foundation chain. So I'm gonna show you this picture so that you can understand it better. If you remembered, we worked on this chain, we made another row. So we're gonna connect this row to the base by slip stitching. Now on the next chain, in the foundation chain, we make a slip stitch. Then turn your work and make one half double crochet on the rest of the chain. So we're gonna work our chains based on the arrows. If you have reached the end of the chain, turn your work and make one half double crochet until this point. Then slip stitch into this chain. Slip stitch again in the next foundation chain and work your way on making one half double crochet along these chains. So you're gonna repeat this process until you reach the end of the beginning. By the way, don't forget to tag me on Instagram with your completed project, or even if it's still in progress. I'd love to see what you're making. I'm so exhausted. Ugh. But I can't stop crocheting because I'm so excited in the final look. Now that I've reached the end, get your 100 stitch markers. Look at that. Look at my stitch markers. It's heart shaped and it's pink. Just like you. Now let's go back to the upper piece. Right here. And this is the back piece. You may ask me, I don't understand, how is that the back piece? Okay, you need some patience. Anyways, so we will be counting chain from here to here. Let's start counting on this part. Let's count 15 chains. Get your stitch marker, preferably the color with the pair. And count 15 chains also on this side. Get your stitch marker, the same color with the last one. So from the stitch marker, let's count 10 and put a marker also on it. Do this again on this side, also using the same color of the stitch marker. Now, from the second marker, let's count 5 and put a marker on it. And then repeat on the other side. So in total, you should have 6 markers like this. Let's continue crocheting. Remember, your last hook is on this side, right? So we're gonna repeat the process of making the back piece, where we crochet 20 chains along this part until we reach the first marker. So if you forget how we did it, I'm still gonna show you how. So first, we're gonna have to slip stitch into the foundation chain. Turn your work and then make 1/2 double crochet along these chains. So when you reach the end of the chain, turn your work and make 1/2 double crochet on the first chain and continue until you reach this point. Then slip stitch into the foundation chain. Remember, where's your foundation chain, right? Then slip stitch into the next foundation chain. Then turn your work and repeat this process until you reach the first marker. If you reach this marker, but as usual, slip stitch into the marker, then slip stitch again into the next foundation chain. We'll be increasing our stitch on the end. Turn your work and make 1/2 double crochet along the chains, except the last chain. For the last chain, make 2 half double crochet, so we will be increasing this round. Turn your work, and then on the first chain, you're gonna have to make 2 half double crochet also. So for this round, you should have a total of 22 chains. Get your stitch marker and insert this in the first chain, because trust me, it's gonna be difficult to insert your hook later. Then make 1/2 double crochet along this chain. If you've reached the last chain, remove the marker, slip stitch into the marker, slip stitch into the next foundation chain. Now place your stitch marker into the next foundation chain so you'll not get confused. Then again repeat making 1/2 double crochet along these chains. And on the last chain, make 2 half double crochet. So this is the first chain where you put your marker a while ago. After finishing that round, turn your work and make 2 half double crochet on the first chain and put a marker on the first chain just like what you did earlier. Now, you're gonna repeat the process of making half double crochet along these rows until you've reached the end and slip stitch into the marker. So you're gonna repeat this process of increasing until you've reached the second marker. If you've reached the second marker now, slip stitch into the second marker. For this part, we're gonna be making 2 half double crochet until you've reached the green marker. When you've reached the green marker, turn your work and make 2 half double crochet per chain again, starting from the first chain. So this part will form its ruffles. Continue making 2 half double crochet per chain until you've reached the foundation chain. Then slip stitch into the marker. Remove your marker. Slip stitch into the next foundation chain. Then turn your work for this part. Just make 1/2 double crochet on every chain until you've reached this green marker. When you've reached this green marker, turn your work and continue making 1/2 double crochet on the rest of the chain. So you're gonna repeat this process until you reach this blue stitch marker. Now that you've reached the blue marker, slip stitch into the marker and then make 2/2 double crochet along the foundation chain until you've reached the other blue marker. If you reach the blue marker, chain 1 and cut the working yarn. But we're not done yet. But at this point, this is what it looks like now. For this part, let's count the middle of these 2 blue markers and put a marker on it. The only thing that is missing from this point is this part, which we will do it now. Now from the bottom of the back piece, slip stitch your yarn. Chain 1, pull tight to secure. Now we're gonna make 1/2 double crochet along these 20 chains. And then you're gonna repeat the same process just like what you did here. But if you forget about that part, I'm still gonna show it to you. So let's start crocheting. Chain 1/2 double crochet on the first chain and put a mark on it. Continue making 1/2 double crochet along the chains until you've reached the foundation chain, in which you're gonna slip stitch into. Then slip stitch into the next foundation chain, turn your work, and continue this process until you've reached the first pink marker. So as you can see, why I have this orange marker is that I put it there on the lane of the foundation chain, so I'm not gonna get confused where I will slip stitch. So now you're gonna have to repeat the process until you've reached this marker. If you've reached this pink marker, slip stitch into it. Put your marker on the next foundation chain. Turn your work and we're gonna make 1/2 double crochet on every chain except the last chain. So we're gonna make 2 half double crochet. So for the next round, we're going to increase its chain. So for this part, you should have a total of 21 chains. Then, if you turn your work, you're gonna have to make 2 half double crochet on the first chain also. And don't forget to put your stitch marker onto it. Then make 1/2 double crochet along this chain until you've reached this marker. Slip stitch into the stitch marker. Remove the stitch marker. Slip stitch into the next foundation chain and place it into the next foundation chain. So you're going to repeat this process until you've reached this purple marker. If you have reached the purple marker, make 2 half double crochet along the chains, just like what you did a while ago. So this is the first row of 2 half double crochet. Then when you turn your work, you're gonna have to make 2 half double crochet along these chains also. So don't forget to put your stitch marker. Continue making 2 half double crochet along these chains until you've reached this marker. When you've reached this marker, slip stitch into it. Remove the stitch marker. Slip stitch into the next foundation chain and place it into the next foundation chain. Turn your work and make 1 half double crochet along these chains. Turn your work again and wear your crochet until you've reached the foundation chains or the marker. Slip stitch into the marker. Remove the purple marker and slip stitch into the blue one. Then make 1/2 double crochet along this chain. Turn your work, then crochet 1/2 double crochet this along this chain until you've reached the blue marker. Now that you've reached the blue marker, slip stitch into it. Chain 1, then pull tight. Cut your working yarn, then tie all the excess yarns. Get your threading needles and sew the middle part. As you can see this yellow marker over here, insert your needle starting from the bottom and sew it along the gaps. Pull tight to scrunch up the middle portion, then tie the working yarn. So I inserted my needle into the middle portion of the sewing yarn like this. Tie the working yarn and cut the excess. Remove all the markers because we're near the end results. Now we just need the straps. First, slip stitch into the corner portion of this top. Chain 1 and secure tight. Then let's chain 60. So after chaining 60, let's go back first to the back portion. So you're just gonna let your hook stand by there. So from this side, you're gonna have to count 20 chains from here, and also on this side. Then go back to your hook and slip stitch into where the marker is. Make one half double crochet along the straps and do this until you've reached the front portion of the straps. And slip stitch into it. Chain 1 and pull tight. Cut the working yarn and tie every excess yarn. So you're gonna have to repeat this process for the next strap also. And now we're done. I'm so happy how it turns out. Now we're done. I'm so happy how it turns out. I can't wait to use this on the beach with my matching white earrings. So that's how I made this perfect coquette top. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. But don't go anywhere because next we're going to make this halter top next. Ready?